The Biker Advanced Recon Commando Speeder, better known as the BARC Speeder, was a one-man transport used by the Galactic Republic during the Clone Wars. It was designed by Aratech Repulsor Company to provide a way for clone troopers to get from place to place as fast as possible while still being able to defend themselves. A medical stretcher or a sidecar was able to be mounted to the side of the speeder, further increasing the usefulness of this vehicle. The amount of screen time this speeder has gotten in media has cemented it as one of Star Wars' many iconic vehicles, and has shown up in The Revenge of the Sith, The Clone Wars, and most recently in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. LEGO's made 8 different BARC speeders, but all have fallen short of its true design. This led me to make my own BARC speeder mock, and after many iterations, I believe I have perfected it. Let's get into the build. We will be building the speeder itself, along with a sidecar and a medical stretcher. Let's start out with the main speeder. If you need to take a screenshot of the pieces you will need, do so now. So first we're going to take a 1x4 and an invert 1x2 slope, and we're going to connect 2 of those to each end. And then we're going to put a 1x2 in the middle of that. Then we're going to take a dark gray 1x6, put it on top of the 1x4, and then we're going to add a 1x1 on the end of that 1x6. Then we're going to take another 1x4, put it on top of the 1x1, then a sand colored ingot, and then a light gray 1x2. Then we're going to take another 1x4 in light gray, and underneath it we're going to put a 1x1 with a stud sticking out the side. And we're going to take another 1x2 invert slope and add it there. Then we're going to take our colored 1x6 and add it on top, next to a 1x1 and then a 1x2 with a clip on top. On top of that there will be a 1x1 tile, and then next to that there will be a 1x4 half tile. Next to that you will put a 1x2 normal slope, and that will finish off the front. On the back, we're going to start adding a 1x1 cheese wedge, followed by a 1x2 inverse slope, and then a 1x1. Then we'll take another 1x1 next to a 1x1 with 2 studs coming out of the side, and then we'll take a 1x2 and place it next to that. Then on top of that, we're going to place a 1x4 with 2 1x2s on top of that, right next to a 1x3 brick slope. Then we're going to take a 1x1 with 2 studs coming down off the side, and then we'll take another 1x1. Then we'll take a light gray cheese wedge, and then another 1x1, and then a 1x2 normal slope. Next we'll make the handlebars out of a 3x bar with 2 robot arms, and then 2 faucet heads in black. We're going to connect the bar to the 1x2 with a clip on top. Next, you'll take an angled 1x2 slope, and then you'll put that on top of a 1x2, and next to that a 1x1. On top of that 1x1, you'll take a round stud with a bar on top, and then put a ski on top of that. On the bottom of the 1x2, you'll take a 1x1 with a clip on the side, and you'll put that underneath the 1x2. Then you're going to mirror the same thing on the other side. After that, we'll move to the intakes on the back, so that'll be a 1x2 wedge, and then we will take a 1x1 with a clip coming off the side, and then a corner wedge tile, and then we'll take a 1x2 keyhole piece, and then another 1x1 with a bar on top, followed by a ski. In the clip, you'll put a black lightsaber hilt. After all this, you'll mirror this on the other side, and that'll be the finished speeder. Now that we're done with the speeder, let's make the sidecar. At the back of the speeder, you'll see a little overhang. This is where we're going to be connecting it. We're going to be starting off with a 1x5 and then two 1x2 bricks with studs on both sides attached to the top of that. Next to those, there will be a 1x1 square stud, and then underneath that we'll take a 1x3 plate and put that in the middle of the 1x5. Next to the 1x3, there will be a 1x1 with a stud on the side, and then on top of the 1x1 stud, there will be a 1x2 keyhole. On top of the 1x2 keyhole, there will be a 1x2 with studs coming out of the sides. On top of the back 1x2 with studs coming out of the sides, we'll place a cheese wedge, a 1x2 brick slope, and another cheese wedge. Then on top of the next 1x2, we'll put a 1x2 tile in sand yellow. On top of the 1x2 with studs coming out of one side, we will put two half cheese wedge, half 1x2 plates. On top of those, we will put a 1x2 keyhole, and then on top of the 1x2 keyhole, we'll put a 1x1 with a clip coming out of the top. On top of the 1x1 with a clip, you're going to place a bar clip, a lightsaber piece, and a handlebar connected together. Then on the front of the sidecar, you're going to put a 2x2 slope with a 1x2 and connect that in the empty space. Then on the sides, you're going to take a 1x2 with a clip and then a 1x2, and on top of that put a 1x4 tile. Then you'll take a 2x4 wedge and on top of that put a 1x4 tile, and then you'll connect that to the other side of the speeder. Then you'll take a 1x2 with bars on both sides, and then on top of that you'll put a silver grill piece, and then connected to the other bar you'll put a 1x1 with a clip, and on top of it a normal 1x1. This is where the sidecar will connect with the rest of the speeder. The last thing that we need to build is the medical stretcher. Underneath the handlebars there is a light gray 1x1. This is where you will be connecting the stretcher. First we'll take the 2x2 invert slope, and on top of that we'll put two 1x2s with bars coming out of the long side. Then we'll put another 2x2 invert slope. On top of that we'll put a 2x6 with dark tan, and then on each of the clips on the side we'll put 6x bars. Then connected to one of the bars, we will take a 1x2 in dark gray with a 1x1 tile on top. This is the part that connects to the rest of the speeder. I'm extremely proud of how well this mock turned out. After all the versions I went through, I'm glad that I finally perfected it. The speeder itself consists of 68 pieces, the sidecar is 29 pieces, and the medical stretcher is 9 pieces. This speeder is 17 studs long, 6 studs wide, and about 4 bricks tall. I highly recommend you build this because it is definitely one of, if not the best BARC speeder mocks out there. For my mock rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10 for stability, a 9 out of 10 for accuracy, a 9 out of 10 for sleekness, a 10 out of 10 for scale, an 8 out of 10 for detail, a 10 out of 10 for functionality, a 9 out of 10 for availability, a 10 out of 10 for part usage, and a 10 out of 10 for piece count. This would give it a 94 out of 100 or an A. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more ultimate tutorials like this, give this video a like and a share, and please consider subscribing. It really does help me out. See you in the next vid.